Greetings, and more greetings, and welcome to the Positive Tear. I'm your hostess, Lesego, and today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, right? One of my favorite luminaries, one of my favorite objects in the sky. Do you want to take a guess? Okay, I'm going to be talking about the moon, right? Yes. So I'm going to be talking about the moon. So, getting right into it, why do I love the moon so much? Wow, the moon is so beautiful. Have you ever gone out at night, on the night of a full moon or almost full moon, and it's just so bright? Yeah. So, I love the moon because it's beautiful. And I love the moon because of how it's described, like its symbolic meaning generally, right? As the feminine, as the mother, right? I will say that yes, other cultures in other places actually have swapped the roles of the sun and the moon and have said, like, the sun is feminine and the moon is masculine, but I am describing the moon as feminine in this situation, right? Yeah. So there's no one size fits all. So same as how for some people the moon is masculine, for some the moon is feminine. When I am in the southern hemisphere and I am experiencing a full moon, you can rest assured that in the northern hemisphere they are experiencing a new moon. So yeah, the moon in itself, it has different phases, right? And we as humans have different phases as well, because as above, so below, right? And that refers to even to luminaries in the sky, which is why you will hear in some places people saying we are made from stardust. We are all made from stardust because we are all made from the same material. So in any case, back to the moon. We are reflections of the moon, and yes, the moon affects water, right? Depending on the phase of the moon, the sea tides change, low tide, high tide. There's lots of water by the sea, or less water by the sea, depending on the pull of the moon, right? And we human beings, being made up like 70% of water, are also affected by the phases of the moon, right? Yeah. Yes, indeed. So learning more about the moon can help us learn more about ourselves, because there are different aspects that make up a person. Okay, we are reflections of our environment, but we are not our environment. So the sun shines its light upon the moon, which is why we can see the moon, right? But also, depending on the position of the moon and the position of the sun, we can, at different times of the month, we can see only different parts of the moon. When it's the full moon, we can see, inverted commas, the whole moon, which is technically not the whole moon. It's only half of the moon, or one side of the moon, which is another thing that I find interesting, that it has been noted that from the vantage of Earth, we human beings can never really see the other side of the moon. And that's that, right? Unless, of course, somebody out there decides, hey, let's send a machine to go record the other side of the moon. But if it's not you or me, or I don't know, sure. But anyways, just from with the naked eye, it's a no, yeah. Yeah. So there is mystery to the moon. It is there available for us to see. We can see it based on the reflection of the light. And even when we can see the full moon, there's always aspects of the moon that we can never see, which also goes to a human being. I believe that human beings are such deep beings that there are certain situations that can shed light on different aspects of a person's personality, but there are still certain latent sides which you might never see, or even they themselves might never see. I mean, can you see your own back without a mirror, for example, right now? Or without a reflective surface? It's just one of those things. Either somebody's going to have to tell you what's going on, or you're going to have to look for assistance from other devices or objects or sources, But anyways, yeah. I love the moon because it's always there no matter what, Regardless of whether it's a new moon, it's there. Whether it's a quarter moon, or a crescent moon, a waxing moon. No matter what phase it is in, fact remains, it's there, I could say that about the sun as well, that it's always shining, whether it's night. It's just that maybe I'm on the other side of the world, but trust, wherever it is still sunning. It is still shining, and it is no less of a sun just because you don't see it, It's sunning so much, it's actually illuminating the moon even, Anyways. Yeah. Yeah, and the moon shows the cycles of life itself as well, of growth and of letting go. As more light is shed upon the moon, or upon situations, or you're putting in more effort, there comes a time when it all comes to fruition or reaches its peak. And then there's a time to let go and start a new chapter, start again. And there's nothing wrong with doing it again and again, studying again and again. It's part of the beauty of life, actually. Yeah. Yes, indeed. So the moon represents light in times of darkness. It's a symbol of hope, of possibility. It's a symbol of light at the end of the tunnel. It's a symbol of, even regardless of the face of the moon, actually, not even depending on the face of the moon, but regardless of it, it's a shining light at night, at a time of darkness, inverted commas. I see night more as a time of quiet. It's not always quiet, but compared to the day, it is. And the later it gets, it's usually the more quiet it gets, right? Or it reaches its peak, and then it gets less loud and less loud and less loud, and then quiet. So the moon is a revealer of secrets, things that happen in the dark, or that should happen in the dark. On a night of the full moon, they can't necessarily always happen because there's a full light shining, right? Unless it's an appointment made specifically for a night of the full moon, you know. So yeah, in movies, on the night of a full moon, people can transform into different beings that can also relate to you and to me. After setting an intention on a new moon, working towards it, reaching culmination on a full moon, you know, that is how life works actually generally. Maybe it might not take exactly 2 weeks. Maybe it might take 2 years, 20 years, however long it takes. Or maybe the amount of time might not start with a 2. But anyways, the moon just shows me the concept of just carrying on, like keeping on, and being, regardless of what side of me people see. Fact remains, they'll never really know all of me, but I will always be me and I'll always be there. This is me, I'm the moon and I'm shining. And I'm contributing to the well-being of the earth and every being that lives there, whether they are aware of it or not. I spread my light and my love to all that can see it and can feel it. And I lend my powers to all those who ask for it and acknowledge them. Yeah. So, yeah, that is why I love the moon. And I'm going to be making another video or other videos. We'll see about the moon. Wouldn't that be interesting though, like to do a tarot card reading on the moon? Okay, so check out the other video, the other tarot card video on the moon. And please like, share, and subscribe. And I do hope that you enjoyed the audio, the video, this episode. See you on the next one. Thank you and bye.